Hello, this is Phoenix from Code and Tonic, and today I'm gonna be helping this user create these large offset underlines for hyperlinks on Squarespace. So I ran into this question on the Squarespace subreddit, and I thought, what the hell, I'm gonna help you out. So the effect is visible on this screenshot. It's barely noticeable on this one, so let's take a look at the website for reference. Okay, so we can see the effect here on these. These are links. Looking closer, you can see that there's this really like subtle underlining effect on these. First thing I gotta say, I would not make it this subtle. I'd be a little bit worried that on like a shitty, cheap phone display with the brightness down, these might become unrecognizable as links. So they might just blend in and the user might not realize that this is actually something they could or should be clicking. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Accomplishing with the HTML coded code block. No, we're not going to be using code block, and the reason is that we want this effect on everywhere on our site. We want it to be automatically applied to all links, whether that's a blog post or anywhere. You don't want to be messing around with code blocks. So yeah, for underlines you need target text selectors, but I think this tutorial was actually on how to make this selected text a specific color, like this black. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. If we take a look at this code, we can see that it's done with a linear gradient background. If we toggle this, we can switch it on and off. So we're basically just gonna copy this code and make our own version that Squarespace is gonna like. So I'm gonna give you the code and you will paste it to your custom CSS field like this. And we get something pretty good with this. I added a couple of things that you can pretty easily tweak, and those are on this variable. These two things. This is the color and this is kind of the opacity, the transparency of that color. So this could be red, purple, green, whatever. Best to stick with the hex codes. You can find color pickers online and hopefully you have your brand colors somewhere, so you can just copy that. And the second is the opacity. So if we put this to 100%, it's gonna be purely this color without any transparency. And 0, you guessed it, nothing. So something like 10% or 20% starts to be pretty close to this one. Again, I would make it just a little bit more clear that this is actually a link. So I think this is pretty good. We could tweak the color. Okay, that's a bad shade. But you know, this is something pretty similar. So when you get the hue right, I think this is gonna do the job just fine. All right, I hope you found this useful, and I'm a pretty good Squarespace designer and a developer, even if I say that myself. I'm available for hire, so if you want to make your Squarespace site better, and by better I mean more effective on what it does, usually that's turning a random visitor into a customer, but it can be something else. So if that's something you're interested in, hit me up. Let's figure something out and see how easily we could make your website just a little bit better. All right, hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.